And we're back for another episode. In this, my 100th episode of my Final Fantasy Let's Play series, we're going to be looking at gathering between level 40 and 45. Now, where I am now is in Eastern Fanalan at the Burning Wall. So, this is where Camp Drybone is, and this is where I am right now. And here is where I'm going to do fishing. And before you hit 41, you should use these stem borers, but then after that you can use mithril spoon lures from 41 onwards. So if we just catch a couple of fish, and I can show you where I am with this. So I'm actually fishing all the way down there. So it's a nice place to fish. It's got a beautiful background. And you can stay here all the way to 45. As you can see, I'm a third of the way through 44 already. It was very, very quick getting to this point. Okay, go again. Obviously it's very simple to fish. You just cast the line, wait, and then hit hook. If you get high quality, sometimes you'll be able to mooch. And that's it. So fishing is obviously very, very simple. I just think this is a nice place to fish at this level range. And getting high quality fish here, some of the fish are level 45, so when you get a high quality one, you can get as much as 16,000 experience points from the one fish. Okay, and we'll catch one more, and then we'll go do some botany. Okay, so that's basically it. Just stay here, fish until you get all the way to 45. So now we're going to quickly teleport towards, let's see, where should we go? I head to Revenant Cove because it's cheaper, and then head into Central Corpus is where we're going. Botany. Now, one thing I'm doing at this point is when I look through the gathering log, I've noticed that for botany, the items are not necessarily what you would consider highly sought after, let's say. Whereas for mining, when you look at the level 41 to 45 range, they can be a lot more useful for you. So let me see, 41 to 45, you have here electrum ores, and yeah, so basically if I had what I'm going to be doing basically is I'm going to be gathering just huge numbers of these items, especially the electrum ores, and using that to level me. And because I've pretty much used up all of my leave allowances for now, so I'm gonna use all of my leave allowances on botany and just do some manual gathering on miner. So now another thing as well, as always, is I've kept my gathering log completely up to date, so you can see all the ticks that I've done, one of everything in each zone as much as possible. And in order to find all the places where I could do the gathering, I used the disciplesoftheland.com in order to do that. So where we're heading now, we're heading through Central Corpus to White Brim Front, because that's where we're going to be doing leave allowances for this level range. So gathering is obviously a lot more simple than crafting, but it's also just as rewarding because all of the items you gather you can just then craft. So because I've already got all of my crafting professions 250, then everything I gather I do have a use for one way or another. Now the main difference between gear when it comes to gathering and crafting is that gathering will focus primarily on perception, increasing the chance of getting high quality over gathering, whereas for crafting I did it the other way around, that I went for as much of the craftsmanship as I could, because with the combination of all the level 50 abilities I'm able to get my control above 1000 with it stacking and stacking and stacking. So I put less focus on that. I put more focus on capping craftsmanship than capping the control. So anyway, so we're going to quickly accept these 2 leave quests for Botany, and we'll quickly do them. So quickly check on the map where they are. There's one here, there's one here, so let's do the closer one first. This is called the Old Fort, which is this one. Okay, so initiate, okay, confirm. So this one we have to gather 32 items within the 8 sets of trees. So here we go. Now I will use here Field Mastery 2 to get it to 99%, and then I'll use my method that I described in the previous video, that the second the description of the item appears, that's when I can click. So I wait for the very moment it appears so that I can click immediately, and then gather as quickly as possible. Okay, and I do try and always just buff it up to make sure that I get as much as possible, because I find these percentages are extremely harsh. So if you have, say, 80%, 70% chance to gather, then the chances of it failing do feel like it's a lot higher than the 20% or so it should be. Okay, just hit 43, which is nice. And as you can see as well, the amount of experience points I'm getting per hit, you see 480, 507, 530, because obviously when you chain the gathering, then it just does it higher and higher. So you see the last 2 are 724. Now one thing about this type, or this particular card of leave, is that even though it asks for 32, you can potentially gather up to 48. So it's a good idea to always use your buff ability and just get it as high as possible. And because I leveled up, it's now 100%. I just used stealth to make sure that that monster didn't aggro me. Okay, and once again, click, 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 click. So basically the very moment that the mouse icon turns into the hand, this sort of mouse, Mickey Mouse select icon, then that's when you can click again. If you click too early, then you're just wasting clicks. Again, buff. And you notice in this case I'm never running out of GP, which is good. So even though we have 2 left, I'm already at 36 out of 32. And the last tree. You know, that's the whole time I've been able to hit this ability without ever running out of GP. As simple as that. Leave quest done. It took, what, 4 minutes, and I got the maximum possible experience points from it. Okay, here, collect reward, and then that's it, another 35,000. So I'll just go to the other leave and that'll be it. I am still using WTFast at this point because I do find it incredibly useful. So it's nice that I'm approaching the end of my gathering leveling. Soon I will be master of the land as well, because then what I'm going to be spending all of my time doing is basically just gathering a bunch of items and crafting them, selling them, making money, because I want to start early on saving for my own house in the game. I know that the personal housing in the game is still months and months and months away, but I've always had my eyes set on it since I started the game. So, okay, initiate, confirm. Now this one is about evaluation and you need 4, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit Field Mastery free at least once, and then use my Cordial to restore 300 GP. So let's see here, now it's 100%. And when you do the higher level ones, you see this one's level 46 rather than this one, you get plus 9 evaluation rather than plus 7. So I make sure I always use at least once when doing this type of leave, and then the rest I can just do the lower level one. And it will get me above the 160 I need in order to finish. You could wait, in theory, for it to be the 250 GP every single time and get the maximum possible, but that's completely up to you. I've decided for the sake of time to do it this way. And you can always follow these little yellow arrows to know where to go next without looking at the map. Now, something to notice is under your traits, at level 41 you get this one here. It says Ward of the 12. And it says extends gathering ward increases to crystals. So you have all these gathering wards like Nofika's ward and so on, and what they do is that they increase the number of earth shards and crystal yields now by 2 whenever you hit. So rather than getting 1 shard per hit, you'll get 3, but because of that trait it now includes crystals as well. And I believe once you hit level 50 you'll get another trait, this one here, Ward of the 12-2, which will also increase that ward for clusters as well, which I'm hoping to cover in another video. Okay, so here we go, last tree. And as you can see, I've already passed the 160 mark, which is required. And again, like just over 3 minutes, I've already finished the entire leaf quest. And got myself a good chunk of experience points. There you go. So because I did it so quickly and got the evaluation, I get a big bonus to my experience points, and complete. There you go, another 53,000 experience, and I'm now already, just like that, a third of the way through level 43. So I'm going to keep doing this until I'm level 45 with everything, and then I will make the last video for leveling up gathering between 45 to 50. So thank you for watching, short video, and I'll see you next time. So as always, goodbye from me, and goodbye from Mithrie.